Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. MersLess Ones here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video, and in this one we're going to be going over the Burn the Witch banner and see if it's actually worth summoning on. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel or you have been here for a while, please consider subscribing and help me get to 550 subscribers. I am very close. Also, if you would like to further support me and the channel, you can become a channel member, and that's entirely up to you. Now with all that said, let us go ahead and get started. So we kind of already went in depth about the characters a bit more in the first video. I guess we could just take a quick look at them again. The Nini here, who I think is the best unit in the banner. All of these units will have the killer plus, which is great, but Nini's going to have a ranker killer plus. She does have an EX move, and she has a soul trade, strong tag damage plus 30%. She does have two EX skills, which is great. Strong tag recharge time 12% and EX devastation 30%. That is going to be at max. What that is at, I guess just one dupe of the character. Well, I guess without any dupes of the character, I'm not too sure really. Her berserker is at 55%. Frenzy is at +3, which is great. Base damage inflicted at full stem is 30%. Weakened defense, bombardment is good. Soul bomb will be doing lots of damage. And let's see what else we have here. Also devastation 50% here. So really that's almost technically bombardment +2, because bombardment is just basically devastation 100%. So really if you think about it, it's 180% devastation if the math is working like that. But anyways. Increased status element chance against the rankers, which is good because that will help proc her status element spiritual pressure boost, and she's also going to be supporting the team strong attack damage by 20%, which is great. She also does have a superior strong attack. I believe it is on her S at 2. So yeah, Nini is going to definitely be a very strong unit. The Noelle here is a ranged strong attack unit here. Her killer is the no affiliation killer. Soul trade, strong attack, recharge time minus 14%. She also does have an EX skill that is damage to drain enemies 40%. Bombardment +1, damage to drain enemies 40% in the skills, weakened defense. She's a guild quest unit, so you can pretty much see the guild quest skills here. Range damage 30%, frenzy +3, and killer effect 50% while being in guild quest. Team size party no affiliation strong attack damage 20% and the increased status element chance against no affiliation enemies. That will help proc the status element spiritual pressure boost even more, so that's good. Yeah, definitely not as strong as the Nini, but Noelle is going to be a good guild quest unit. Mesa here is a melee nat unit. They are terrified to make good range nat units. No affiliation killer plus. She has the gauge effect that's going to give her flurry +1 and bruise her 100%. Now, the one thing I don't like about this unit is that she only has a flurry of +1 at base. I don't know why, even though she's getting an extra flurry while her gauge is active, and she does have the gauge rampage skill, which will help her get her gauge back faster, and as well as start gauge 70%, but I don't think any unit nowadays, even after post 10th anniversary, just how strong these characters are, no character should be getting flurry or frenzy +1 anymore, but that's just my opinion. Booster, let's see, increased status element chance against no affiliation enemies, that's cool. Oh, and also I forgot to mention all three of these units do have the 200% status element duration. The Macy's is fire at 200%, the Noelle's is at freeze, and then the Nini's, hers is at freeze as well with 200%. So all three of these units will have the killer plus, and then as well as the increase, or I guess the freeze duration 200%, which will make them great in nightmare difficulty guild plus. As for the banner itself, it's going to be all of the Burn the Witch characters that I've ever released in the game. So if you don't have any of these Burn the Witch characters, or you have some of them but you would like more dupes of them, then this is going to be a very valuable banner to summon on. And the last Burn the Witch banner we had was 2 years ago. So yeah, there hasn't been any rerun of any of the Burn the Witch banners that I can remember or think. No, there might have been some reruns of them, but I don't think they had all of the characters on here. So if you're missing any of the older ones you would like to have them, then this is your chance to get them. The banner itself is going to be 51 steps. That's steps 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, you are guaranteed a 5-star character, not a featured 5-star character, so just remember that. But at step 25, you do get to choose a new character ticket that will allow you to pick between 3 of the new characters. And then the ticket at step 50 will just give you a bigger selection of the characters you are going to be able to select from. None of these units have single summons, so if you want the new units, you have to summon on this banner. But even though you have to summon on this banner, I think it's worth it. Actually, timeout, I made a mistake. Not all of the Burn the Witch units that released are on here. The Power Bruno isn't on here. Now I'm like really looking at the banner. So all of the Burn the Witch units except for one, which is the Power Bruno, is not on here for whatever reason, I guess. But I mean, he's okay. He's really old, but yeah. And now just to go over the featured units in this banner, we have the Halloween Noel here, who is a Heart Soul Reaper Killer unit. Soul Trade, Strong Tire, Recharge Time minus 12%. Range unit with weakening and drain on all of her attacks. Innate skills, Sprinter, Havoc, Paralysis, Resistance 100%. Berserker 40%, Follow Up, Frenzy is only at +1, Bombardment +1, Defibrillator. Damage to her status elements 40%. Weaken defense, Sharpshooter, any status element spiritual pressure boost. Yeah, it's been a long time since we have gotten new Burn the Witch units, so all the previous Burn the Witch units will not be as strong as the new ones we are getting. This was before we got the Killer Plus, the superior strong attacks, and all the EX moves. So yeah. But not a bad unit overall. You can never go wrong with a Soul Reaper Killer unit, and she's okay as well. Just really good. Next is the Ninny here, who is a Mind unit with the Hollow Killer, Soul Trade, Strong Attack, Recharge Time minus 12%. Range unit with Weakening and Burn on all of her attacks. She does have the Gauge effect as well, which gives her 100% Berserker and Frenzy +1 when activated, well, while it is active. Innate skills, Sprinter, Long Reach, Fire Resistance 100%. Start gauge 70%. When her gauge is activated, you will get a 30% heal, and while it is active, you will get 50% spiritual pressure boost. Berserker and Devastation both have 40%. Base full stamina damage boost of 20%. Gauge Rampage and Havoc. Frenzy is at +1, Defibrillator +5 seconds, and Sharpshooter. And that's really much it for the Ninny here. Up next we have Balgo here. He is a Mind unit with the Quincy and Human Killer. Soul Trade, Strong Attack, Recharge Time minus 12%. He is a ranged unit with Weakening and Drain on all of his attacks, and he does have the Revive mechanic on his Soul Bomb here. Innate skill, Sprinter +2, Sharpshooter, Havoc. Berserker is at 40%, increased Super Heart Link Slot Potions +5, increased Heart Link Slot Potions +5, increased Droplet Drop 30%, Frenzy +1, Bombardment, Defibrillator 5 seconds, increased status element chance against heart attribute enemies, and the status element spiritual pressure boost. A really good farming unit if you don't have one. You can never go wrong with a unit with this many farming skills as well. Here we have the Macy here. This was the first ever Burn the Witch Macy that was introduced in the game. She is a speed, no affiliation, and squad 0 killer unit. Soul Trade, Strong Attack, Recharge Time minus 12%. Range unit with Paralysis and Weakening on all of her attacks. Innate skills, Sprinter, Sharpshooter, Havoc. Team/party speed attribute, Strong Attack, Recharge 20%. Berserker and Devastation 40%. Frenzy +2, Defibrillator +5 seconds. Damage Surge status elements 40%. Weaken defense, any status element spiritual pressure boost. Yeah, not a lot of going on with these units in this banner just because they're old, and you know, the further down the list we get of the featured characters, just the less they will be doing. They really should start giving these units some resurrections. I don't know if they can, but if they can't, why aren't they doing it? I really don't know. Up next is the Bruno here, who is a Heart unit with the Hollow and Espada Killer. Soul Trade, Strong Attack, Recharge Time minus 12%. Melee unit with Weakening on all of his attacks. He also does have the Gauge effect, which gives him 100% Berserker and increases damage taken 20%. Innate skills, Marauder, Sprinter +2, Long Stride. Start gauge 70%, Strong Attack, Recharge Time 30%, and a 30% heal when his gauge is activated. And while the gauge is active, you get 50% spiritual pressure boost. Berserker, Devastation both at 40%. All status element resistances 100%, Havoc 20%, Frenzy +2, Defibrillator +5 seconds. And that's it for this unit. And here we have the Seasonal Noel here, who is a speed, hollow, no affiliation killer unit. Soul Trade, Strong Attack, Recharge Time minus 12% here. She is a ranged unit with Weakening on all of her attacks, and she has the Revive mechanic on her Soul Bomb. Innate skills: Sprinter, Havoc, Guard, Break. Berserkers at 40%. Increase super power link slot potions +5, regular potions +5. Frenzy, Bombardment +1, Defibrillator 5 seconds. Increased status element chance against power, attribute, no hollow, and no affiliation enemies. Any status element spiritual pressure boost. Yeah, this was probably what the second set of Burn the Witch units that ever came out in this game. These last few units came out before even I was playing the game, so they are definitely very old at this point. And here we have the Nini, who is a Heart Soul Reaper no affiliation killer unit. Soul trait is strong attack, recharge time -14%. Range unit with weakening on all of her attacks. Innate skills: Sprinter +2, Innovator, Guard Break, Devastation 60%. Increase super mind link slot potions +5, increase mind link slot potions +5. Havoc, Frenzy +2, Defibrillator +5 seconds. Increased status element chance against mind attribute, Soul Reaper, no affiliation enemies. Hit hidden enemies 100%. And here we have the first few couple of Burn the Witch units here, which is this Noel, who is a mon unit with the Soul Reaper, no affiliation killer, strong attack, or excuse me, soul trait is the strong attack damage +20%. Range unit, no status elements. Berserkers at 80%, devastation 60%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%, nullify range resistance. Havoc, Frenzy +1, Sprinter +1. Yeah, not much really going to be going on with this unit or the next one really. And last but not least, we have this Nini here, who is a technique, attribute, no affiliation killer unit. Soul trait, strong attack, recharge time -14%. Range unit, no status elements, a barrier on the SA2 though. Berserker and Devastation both at 60%, nullify range resistance. Havoc, Frenzy, and Sprinter. Yeah, just not much really going on there with these last couple of units. So I think that's it for this one. I mean, we went over the 3 new units a bit more in detail. We talked about the banner format, and we even went over the featured units here. I don't know why the Power Bruno isn't here for some reason. I don't know, they could have threw him on here, and then that really would have been all the Burn the Witch units on here. So, overall, is this banner worth summoning on? Yes, I do think the banner is worth summoning on. The 3 new units are great. I mean, all of the Burn the Witch units except for 1 are on here, and our last Burn the Witch banner was 2 years ago, so if something like that happens again, this will probably be really your only chance to get these units again until they come back, whenever that will be. So yeah, definitely summon on here because these units are rare. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and as usual, until next time.